Hi everyone, I'm meteorologist Valerie Mills. Thanks for logging on to My Fox Hurricane, where we are counting down to the end of the 2024 hurricane season, just about 3 weeks away from closing it out. And activity, still we're tracking a couple of systems out there, but things are starting to quiet down. We just have Tropical Storm Rafael in the central Gulf, and overall this storm, after making landfall in Cuba, has kind of been continuing to curve west through the Gulf. And so we haven't had any tropical advisories out along the Gulf Coast, as the wind field with this storm has really just been not expanding far enough out to impact land. So the winds have continued to weaken, now down to 50 miles per hour. This storm is encountering some hostile upper winds, some drier air, and that's going to continue to steadily weaken this storm. And so as we look ahead to our Sunday morning, winds are expected to be down to 40 miles per hour. And then as we look ahead to Veterans Day and the start of next week, we're likely just talking about the remnants of Rafael. As this starts to dive south, the steering winds are going to collapse. And so by Monday, we're expecting winds down to 35 miles per hour. And so what's interesting about Rafael is, as it continues to kind of meander in the Gulf and weaken, it looks likely that we may not see another landfall out of this storm like we were originally watching for potential landfall along the Gulf Coast. And it really looks like that will weaken down before that happens. And so we'll continue to watch it in the next few days, but no real impact. And so the only thing we'll continue to see is some high surf and some rough rip currents, especially along our area from Tarpon Springs to Inglewood. We have that high rip current risk all day Saturday through 7 p.m. And some of our other Gulf coasts, as this storm kind of continues to stay in this area, you can see some of those elevated seas, and that continues for parts of the area Saturday and Sunday. And then the waves will really start to wind down and kind of pull away offshore. So waters then will look much better out there along all of the Gulf Coast as we look ahead to Veterans Day and the couple of days beyond that. Other than Rafael, just one other area that we are watching, very low development odds with this system. Over the last few days, it looked slightly more promising for maybe just a weak area of low pressure to form, but now those chances down to 10% over the next 2 days and 10% over the next 7 days. And so maybe this just brings some more areas of rain for parts of the Bahamas, around Hispaniola, southern parts of the state of Florida as well. But other than that, it's not looking too promising for us to see any additional development. And those are the only areas that we are tracking right now. So as we look at our names, Sarah is the next in line, followed up by Tony, Valerie, and William. And so overall, as water temperatures start to cool down in the Gulf, hopefully things start to quiet down for us as we are 3 weeks away from closing out this season. More updates to come right here on My Fox Hurricane.